Need a boost? Sometimes all it takes is tapping into your inner cool. Icebreaker's gum helps you unleash the confidence within. Each chew releases a rush of icy flavor powered by cooling flavor crystals, sending a wave of refreshment to reinvigorate all your senses. Icebreaker's convenient pack fits everywhere, from car cup holders to backpack pockets, so you can find your cool wherever you go. Grab Icebreaker's gum online or at a store near you.
When it comes to online college, Southern New Hampshire University is so good, it's scary. Listen, the facts don't lie. SNHU has degree programs that fit your goals, online classes that fit your life, and real support at every step. And if that wasn't enough, they've got some of the lowest online tuition rates in the U.S. This is an airtight case, you guys. Visit snhu.edu/morbid to get started. That's snhu.edu/morbid. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hey, weirdos, I'm Ash.
And I'm Alaina.
And this is Morbid.
And this is a new series that we're going to do.
Have we not done one of these before?
No, I don't think we've done a spooky castle.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure we've covered a spooky castle, but we didn't officially make it a series.
Yeah.
So, welcome to spooky castles. Kind of like spooky lighthouses and spooky roads. There's all kinds of spooky shit around.
Ooh, and we have another spooky coming. Another new series.
Because you know what? There's a whole fucking world out there of castles,
spooky shit,
of roads, of lighthouses, and they're all fucking spooky.
Hell yeah.
So with this one, because I think with the lighthouses we stayed mostly in the United States, but we're definitely going to venture out that way too.
Oh yeah.
But with this one, we really took it international.
We went wild with it.
Because let me tell you, Europe, you know how to have a spooky castle moment.
Yeah,
you
I
really
think
do.
This is literally only in Europe.
Yeah.
Right? Are your two?
Yeah, because you guys, I mean, mine's only in Scotland because I really focused it.
Listen to you.
On my homeland.
I'm in Italy and I'm also in the Czech Republic.
Ooh, look at you. See, we're all over the place.
Girl.
Holy shit. But yeah, this is really exciting. The cool thing with these spooky places is, it's kind of a nice mixture of some old true crime with some paranormal fun. Because, there's always some really gnarly shit that's happening. I will say for this one, I was going to cover Chillingham Castle.
Ooh.
But I've decided that deserves its own episode completely. There's just too much of that. So be on the lookout for that one because that one's coming up. I gotta cover that.
I'm excited.
There's so much shit in that. But I'm really excited about this today. And we are on an adrenaline rush right now.
Yeah. Literally just sitting in the kitchen, talking to John, talking to Alaina. Little baby was there, little youngest baby.
Yep.
And all of a sudden she started gasping for air because she was eating little chips and hummus.
Little pita chips.
And she very much not oh, I just choked, oh my goodness. No, she full on turned another shade of red and was choking. And John was like, hun, she's choking. And then Alaina literally scooped that baby up. I'm so the two of them, I was like, you're so calm right now. And I'm just standing there helplessly in the corner wow, there's nothing in this situation that I can do to provide help because I don't know the Heimlich, which I'm gonna learn that later as I'm watching Alaina do the back of my little 2-year-old baby niece. And then she vommed everywhere.
She did. She got it out.
But the one thing I could do was clean that because as we all know, I'm a vom cleaner.
I was just gonna say, don't you dare say you didn't give anything to this because Ash was there. And this was a really scary one. I think everybody who has kids, they choke sometimes, quote unquote choke.
Yeah.
Where you can get it up. It's a scary second or two.
This took a few minutes.
But this was a real an actual choke, and that has not happened to us before, so that was like really scary.
It was like 2 minutes, but
it was really scary.
Felt like 90 minutes.
And so she got some of it out, and it was like puke. Yeah. With some chip. And Ash was just there, like, whoop, just scooped it right up, wiped it right up as it came out. And I was like, thank you. Because the last thing you want to do after all that is clean up vomit.
Yeah.
So,
no.
But we got it out the second time. I was in that, like, first you want to do, like, the between the shoulders with the heel of your hand kind of thing. Like, a few good slaps. And if that doesn't work, that's when you have to, like, turn them over at this age and, like, do the, like, actual like, you gotta, like, pump. And I really didn't want to have to do that. Like, I would obviously do that, but like, that's really scary and like really real to me. Like, that's like,
because you could break a rib.
Well, and it's just like, that's when shit's like going awry. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I really got to get it out here in these like 5 good slaps that I can do. But holy shit, guys. God. I think John's like in another planet right now. Like he did that sent him into
a tizzy.
But which you would never know because he was so calm through that whole thing.
And then she's like, I want to go to the doctor. And puts another chip in her mouth. And I literally took it out of her mouth. And then I grabbed the bag. We had like 2 bags of chips from this really delicious Greek restaurant. Like I feel really sad about this, but I threw them right in the trash. I was like, no, I don't need to see those chips for a little bit. No more pita chips
for you. No. Yeah, she's like one of those kids who just like, you really got to watch her and give her tiny little pieces, and it only takes 1 second. She just will like hoover it.
I know it's not funny. It's ironic, I guess. I was eating the chips, so I was giving them to her like before this happened, like 25 minutes before, and I kept giving her like the tiniest piece because in my head I was like, these are big chips. I don't want her to choke. Yeah, and I literally thought that in my head, and then.
Yeah, it was funny because right afterwards she was like, I want to go to the doctors, and I was like, you don't need to, like, luckily, but that's okay. Oh, that'll take you down a few notches real quick. Yeah. That was like a real scary experience.
I texted Drew at work and I was like, she's fine, but and he was like, oh my god.
Oh, it just like, whew, that's like really, really scary.
And then 2 minutes later, I got her like this like rocket ship thing, and she was like, she was like, I want to go do that.
She was like, let's zoom.
I was like, oh, okay.
So now she's zooming around in a rocket ship, completely fine, breathing like a champion.
And we're the ones not breathing like champions.
I was just going to say, meanwhile, we've all aged 16 or so years in that moment. But
I've already thought to myself, like, okay, get home, Google Heimlich classes.
Yes, start learning all that shit.
Figure out how to save a life when one is choking.
Ooh, so yeah, that was fun. So we're feeling like ready to go, ready to talk about the spooky castle.
Yeah, I'm glad we're talking about spooky castles after that because
this is what I needed right after that.
For real. Do you want
me to go first? I think I should go first. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, let's have Ash go first.
Yeah, I mean, you just went through a lot, so sit back and relax.
I'm going to take a minute.
All right, so my first little haunted place, I decided to dive into it. It's called Villa De Vecchi.
Ooh,
and it's in Italy.
Ooh.
So it's located in the mountains of a place I haven't looked up yet, so we're already going to have to pause.
All right, let's pause for pronunciation.
Yay. What's fun is I actually didn't need that pronunciation key because it just autocorrected to a word that didn't exist.
There you go. And you had it right when you were saying it before.
Yeah. It's the mountains of Cortinova, and it's right near Lake Como, which hopefully I said that right.
I like it.
So throughout history, it's also known by like a few other names other than Villa De Vecchi, including the Red House, the Ghost Mansion, and you thought you liked those two, but the last one it's known by is the House of Witches.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Right?
Get me there immediately.
I know.
That's all my favorite things. Red, love the color.
Ghosts, love the band.
Spooky little assholes.
Oh.
And the boo. And the
band of it all.
I love the boo of it all. I love it all. I love the band. I love the spooky. They're spooky too, so there you go.
Whoa.
And I love witches.
Yeah.
It's made for me.
It is. Honestly, if you look at a picture of this place, it really is.
It's the boo of it all.
It's the boo for me, dog. So, it was believed to have been built somewhere between 1854 and 1857 by a man named Count Felix De Vecchi.
Yeah.
Now, at that time, he was actually the head of the Italian National Guard.
Okay.
And
Felix.
And, like, for good reason. He served in the liberation of Milan from Austria back in 1848.
Damn.
And that's how he became the head of the Italian National Guard.
Look at that.
So, to plan this mansion, which he really only planned on using in the summertime as, like, a little... large retreat for his family.
Just a little retreat.
Yeah, just a little tiny retreat out in the mountains. No, it was huge. But he enlisted the help of Alessandro Sidoli.
Yeah, him.
Like, why wouldn't you call
Of course.
Alessandro? And Alessandro was an architect who shared the same love that the Count had for intricate design. So together they settled on a Baroque style.
Ooh, I love Baroque.
I know you do.
Ooh.
And they had some classic Eastern trends mixed in.
Okay.
Meaning there would be an element of drama within the house between like the way that it was all lit and the dome ceilings and the intricate murals.
I'm into it.
Now the ceilings and walls were all painted with watercolors and there were like sculptings on the walls, like beautiful, like gingerbread-esque kind of stuff, you know?
Baroqueness.
I'm saying. Now in the main parlor there was a giant fireplace and in the same room there was a grand piano.
Ooh.
This whole episode is just going to be me like talking in a weird accent. But unfortunately, and you know, like maybe this was some kind of warning sign.
Uh-oh.
Alessandro died only 1 year into building the mansion.
Oh no. He
know.
didn't even get to enjoy it.
No, he didn't. Well, luckily, like it's the Count's mansion, so like
Well, you don't get to like come visit.
I know,
You know?
I know, and he totally
Your
would have. I
handiwork.
feel.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Alessandro will always come visit.
Maybe he's still there. I don't know.
He's still visiting.
I actually, there's no like ghost named Alessandro in this story, but
he's there.
maybe he's nameless, like in the afterlife.
There you go.
So the year that he worked on the property, though, he did like some amazing things considering the time period, especially. There were indoor heating pipes.
Damn.
Yeah, and we're talking 1800s.
Look at you.
There were dumbwaiters, you know, those like little elevator things. I want a dumbwaiter in my house. Like ideal for laundry.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, and it also had a pressurized water fountain that used air pressure from the mountains nearby.
Damn. Look at Alessandro.
Mind-blowing stuff for the time. Now, the mansion had been built on 32 acres of land, and there were all these gorgeous, gorgeous gardens.
Gorgeous, gorgeous garden.
It's like Gorgeous, Gorgeous Girls, but a little bit different. They were all around in the family.
Botanical.
Yeah, they were a little bit botanical.
Gorgeous, gorgeous botanicals.
That would be a really good name for like a plant store.
It would.
TM. So the family, they would take walks outside in these gorgeous, gorgeous garden with the botanicals, and they'd play outside together.
Sounds lovely.
It sounds gorgeous. But unfortunately, Alessandro's death would not be the only one that the family would experience while living in said mansion.
Uh-oh.
So there's no historic record of anything that I'm going to tell you
Okay.
right now.
But we love to see it.
But what I am going to tell you is the main like legend that's always told whenever anybody brings up Villa De Vecchi.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you this wild ass story, and then I'm going to tell you what historians actually believe happened.
Cool. So take this with a large grain of sodium.
The biggest sodium grain you could possibly find.
Okay.
So one day in 1862, the Count came home to find his wife, Carolina Franchetti di Ponte, murdered. Murdered. Her face had been mangled and she was left displayed in one of the rooms of the mansion.
My God.
I know. Now, as soon as he found his wife in that state, obviously he started panicking because that's his wife.
Obviously.
But also because they thought whoever had done this to her most likely also found his daughter and did the same thing to her.
Oh, no.
So he's worried that he's going to find her in a similar state. So he tries desperately to find his daughter within the mansion walls. He looks from top to bottom, all over the mansion, can't find her anywhere. It was like she literally just vanished into thin air. He spent the next year of his life looking like in the woods in the area and the mountains and just never found his daughter, never found out who had done this to his wife.
That's almost unbelievable.
It is almost unbelievable.
So wild.
It's the craziest thing.
Jeez.
Now, eventually, he just kind of hit rock bottom and he couldn't take the heartbreak anymore.
Of course.
And unfortunately, he decided to take his own life, the legend says. Now, when it was discovered that the Count was no more, his brother Biago took over the estate and he moved in with his whole family and he changed a lot of stuff about the mansion, which is kind of shitty.
Seems legit.
You know, it might be true, actually, that, like, he did this. His brother really did take it over. But a lot of people think, actually, like actual historians think that Count actually just died of liver failure.
It's a little different.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's a little different. But, like, still, it's weird that his brother just, like, moved his whole family into this place.
I believe the Count left it to his brother.
And again, if here I am thinking that, like, this brutal massacre happened in this house.
And it didn't.
You know what? It didn't. So that's not weird.
Or maybe
it did. About it.
Or maybe
it did.
The historians are like, how can we say that this brutal murder happened and we never found out who did it? No, liver failure.
How?
Liver.
Like, it's the historians that are upset that they didn't crack the case.
I mean,
you know, they're like, how can we not?
No, the historians know what's up.
They do.
But Biago took over. He changes everything. Kind of rude, you know, like took out all the classical Eastern touches.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
It's ridiculous. And he and his family actually ended up living in the mansion until World War II came around. But one day after the war broke out, they just up and left and they never returned.
Oh, that's some weird Amityville shit.
And it left Villa De Vecchi completely abandoned.
Oh.
Entirely abandoned.
Why'd they do that?
Haunted.
Can you ask him? Why'd they do that?
Biago.
Why'd you do it?
Biago. Not answering.
He didn't say, okay, he's not home.
Sorry. That was a funny bit.
That was a really funny bit.
It was hilarious. LOL.
I laughed really hard.
Oh my gosh. How would I ever be so funny again? So the next report of anyone visiting the property was when Aleister Crowley decided to go on over to Italy and pay the place a visit.
A little guy named Aleister Crowley.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you've heard of him or not.
I have not.
So he was said to bring a whole crew of people with him to perform some kind of like sacrificial ritual in which they wanted to invoke Satan himself.
Obviously.
According to Italics magazine, the ritual worked, and a whole slew of the crew Aleister brought along with him were slaughtered, quote unquote, painting the house with foul blood.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the blood was foul.
Foul blood.
Okay.
Now, once word spread that Aleister and company had been to Villa De Vecchi, it became a primo tourist spot, obviously. And there's all kinds of rumors that people will now use the Villa as a place to like carry out murder, satanic rituals, all kinds of other dark ass shit. They say that like witches like will bring their coven there and do crazy shit.
Yeah, like the shameful kiss.
The shameful kiss.
It's carried out there, I'm sure.
Oh my God.
Osculum
obscenum.
Obscenum, there you go.
Is that
Ask Ghost?
I was gonna say. I was like, you're not making any.
Ask Tobias.
You're not.
About it.
You're not saying anything about that.
Next time I see Tobias, I'll ask him.
Cool. So yeah, so people like everybody says like murders happen there, witches go and visit, Satan
It's Satan
happens there. Satan rat, he just took over my body. Satanic rituals is what I meant to say, and all kinds of crazy stuff happens. These people just walk past the no trespassing signs and they go into the historic mansion themselves and they fuck shit up.
Yeah, they just go full dark side.
And they actually do, because I don't know like who did this, but a bunch of assholes just destroyed the property.
Vandals.
Destroyed it.
Yeah, like not like Satanists or anything like that.
No.
Just vandals.
No, just probably like
shitty people.
Teenaged assholes.
Yeah.
So there's graffiti all over the walls.
That sucks.
Things have been smashed to pieces.
Like, come on, kids.
Just completely
Respect
ruined
history, man.
I know. Well, just like, why would you want to destroy such a beautiful place?
And it's not yours.
Yeah, get out of here.
Don't destroy things that aren't yours.
Don't destroy anything, but especially if it's not yours. So luckily, the Italian Environmental Fund actually has set up campaigns for the Villa, and they're hoping to spread like public awareness that like this is going on.
Oh.
So sadly, at some point, the grand piano was smashed to literal pieces.
A grand piano? Who the fuck? What kind of fucking demon did that?
Thank you.
That should be a crime. Like, that's like high felony, in my opinion. You don't fucking smash an ancient grand piano.
Like,
what's wrong with you?
Come on.
Holy shit.
And also, Biago, you don't just leave a grand piano.
Yeah, what the fuck? Throw that on the minivan and
Toss it in the trunk, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. And then all the murals are completely defaced. They've been covered in spray paint. It's so sad. One woman who visited the property actually fell through the ceiling while she was on the second floor because it's in that much disrepair from all the years that it's been left uncared for.
Shit. Sorry, I almost laughed because like
I know exactly what you were picturing.
Yeah, one at our first apartment.
John fell
that
through
we
the
shared
ceiling.
with like a bunch of friends. John fell through the ceiling.
Did you go downstairs and just like see his legs?
We saw his legs, and we just had to tell our landlord who lived below us because it was like a double-decker house, like, and we just went down there and we were like,
John's in the ceiling.
So John fell through the ceiling, and he came up, looked at the hole, and was like, all right, I'll fix that tomorrow. And we were like, thank you.
But he actually fixed it.
He did. He fixed it. He was great.
And he didn't just like put white paint on it.
Our landlord was a gem. We loved him.
I love that.
But my God, it was funny to watch. Like, he was okay, and everybody was okay.
Yeah.
But, like, somebody was sitting in the living room, and dust just went everywhere. And they were
you just hear like dong.
It was really funny.
That's hilarious. I know. Like, I hope this woman was okay, but picturing somebody coming through a ceiling is hilarious.
I hope this woman had like a John scenario where it was just funny for everyone.
I'm also the worst person on the planet. Like, I become the worst person on the planet when people
100%.
fall. It sends me into like America's Funniest Home Videos when like kids could fall over and I'm cackling.
Oh, and like one of the things that I laugh at every time is in Step Brothers when they make the bed into bunk beds and he's in the bed and he's going and then it just falls on him. I laugh so hard every time. It is the funniest thing, like that kind of thing, people falling through things.
I love it.
Or things falling. I don't know what it is.
It's
the
slapstick
funniest
comedy
shit I've ever seen. So that's all I picture is just like somebody falling. So I hope this person was okay, because otherwise that's not funny.
She was fine.
She was okay.
And listen, she walked past a no trespassing sign.
There you go. You gotta be careful, man. That's what the no trespassing is for.
That's exactly what it's for. Now, so people, they ruined this place. They've fallen through the ceilings and all that stuff. But people do have some interesting stories from visiting. Medium writer Emily Lindstrom wrote of her visit that, quote, upon entering, one immediately senses eyes following them, neither welcoming nor malevolent. It's as if the house is holding its breath, waiting to see where you step and what you'll do next. Ooh. And it's hard to shake the feeling that as soon as you depart, it will stir to life again.
Ooh.
It gives me Beauty and the Beast.
It does.
It is serving Beauty and the Beast realness.
Yes,
right?
It really is.
Now,
and what a beautiful way to say that.
Yeah, great writer. Emily Lindstrom.
Emily, that was like really beautiful.
Check out her articles on Medium.
Yeah, like good for her.
Now, other visitors have heard female voices calling out to them as they walk through the hallways. And some people say that if you're there at night, you'll still hear the sounds of music, like someone is at the grand piano playing you music.
I love that.
Isn't that like so haunting and beautiful?
It is.
Now we're going to end this here, but I do have to leave you with some wild information. In 2002, there was an avalanche in the area, like a full-blown fucking avalanche. And every single place around Villa De Vecchi was destroyed. Completely and utterly destroyed.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, horrific. The Villa was basically untouched. Like nothing ever happened to it.
What?
Gigantic boulders are cascading down the mountaintops. But for some reason, they all just completely missed this place.
What?
Isn't that insane? Like, that's some kind of phenomenon.
That's wild.
It's insane.
Holy shit.
It's the haunting of it all.
It is the haunting of it all.
And we'll obviously post a picture of this place. It is so eerily beautiful. I want to live there.
Oh, I want to see it.
I want to like go buy it somehow and restore it and just fill it with love.
Just live part-time in Italy.
No, full-time.
Full-time. Yeah, honestly. Bye.
Moving.
We're out.
See you never.
Wow.
Catch me at the villa.
Catch me at the villa.
So crazy.
That's a creepy one.
It is creepy. And it's
beautiful.
It's even creepier when you're like looking at pictures of it as you're researching it too. Like
you're just like, ooh.
Spooky. There's not like a ton, but like there's a ton.
Yeah, just like the vibe of it is really scary.
Yeah. It caught a vibe.
It did catch a vibe. And that is for sure.
It was not ready for the ride.
And you know what? We got like some like devil stuff going on in there.
I mean, Aleister Crowley was there.
We got some witches doing some crazy shit in there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm into it.
It's considered like Italy, one of Italy's most haunted places, and I was like, but it's not even that haunted.
It's not even that haunted.
It's just beautiful.
Just playing a piano.
It's just beautiful.
All. Well, damn.
What's next?
Well, now we're gonna take a trip over to Edinburgh.
Okay.
Over in Scotland.
Do we have to go over the pond?
Over in Scotland. Over the pond from us for sure.
All right, cool.
So we're gonna go to Edinburgh Castle.
Edinburgh. We Googled how to pronounce it again.
Because I've covered things in Edinburgh before. Like, I've done, like, a bunch of things about it. And I say it right every time because no one yells at me. And I know, and I've looked it up. Like, I've made sure that, because I feel like these are my people. I feel like I should say it right.
Yeah.
So... But for some reason, I second guess myself every time, and especially with Scottish things, because I'm like, I don't want to disappoint you, Scotland.
Yeah, it means so much.
Like, I get very nervous. I'm like, I don't want to disappoint you.
Yeah, but when we were looking at the video and they said that people who live there just shorten it to Edinburgh, I was like, I want to do that.
I was like, I love that, but I don't feel like I'm like worthy of that yet. Like, I'll get there.
Of course you are.
Sometime.
You're worthy of everything.
I feel like a Scottish person has to bestow that upon me.
You are Scottish. I'm Scottish, so here you go.
Somebody who's like living in Scotland, right? The first generation right now.
That's true.
Like, if you bestow that upon me, then I'll call it Edinburgh. But right now I'll call it Edinburgh.
You have land in Scotland.
I do.
I bought it for you.
I'm a lady.
like it was like $1. It was like one of those like square plot things.
It was one of
I didn't just buy her a Via.
It was one of those things. I have like a thing that says I have it.
And you're a lady.
I am a lady. I'm a lady of Scotland.
Lady Alaina.
That's me. Lady Alaina.
All right, anyways.
All right,
we're wild right
We're
now.
in Edinburgh Castle. It's known as the most haunted place in Scotland. It is literally ancient.
Literally.
This thing is so old. A lot of shit has happened at Edinburgh Castle. It's been attacked a lot.
Oh.
It has been the site of ghastly deaths, tortures, imprisonments.
At first, I thought you said it's been the site of gas leaks.
It's been the site of maybe. I don't know. I didn't read anything about a gas leak, but ghastly murders.
Yep.
But it's one of the oldest fortified places in Europe,
Ooh.
which means it was built with like strong walls and shit to kind of like stop attacks.
Very
But
cool.
It's the oldest one. It once was a royal treasury where records and jewels and like very important shit was kept.
Jewels?
Apparently, even magical amulets were housed there at one time.
Magical amulets like Sophia's?
Hell yeah, like
you
Sophia
kidding
the
me?
First. Hell yeah. That I loved. I was like, magical amulets, you say?
Sign me up.
Now, if you've seen it, which we'll post a photo of it, obviously, but if you've seen it, it's like really high above the city on this huge craggy rock formation. It just like overlooks everything. If you live in Edinburgh and you can just like look up at that, it must be so fucking cool. And obviously this was on purpose because that's a great way to fortify something you want to keep safe.
Yeah.
You know, the Iron Age people saw this and boom, it was built as a fort.
That's
because they
awesome.
were like, this is a great way to keep people away from this.
Oh, hell yeah. This place is cool.
It's gorgeous. Now, in 1093...
I'm sorry, what?
1093, Queen Margaret, who is literally a saint now,
was
born there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
The 10th century?
Yes.
That's so crazy to think that it has
1093.
seen so much
It has
life.
seen so much. And it's been like transformed into what it is today, obviously. Like it started as like a fort and all that. But the castle has been seized a lot and it's changed control a lot. Like in 1314, the Scots took it back from the English. And actually, according to the Edinburgh Castle website, it is the most besieged place in Britain.
Oh, wow.
It has been attacked a lot.
I mean, I get why like people want it. Like they attack it so they can have it.
I mean, I want it.
Also,
so
the year 1314 is hilarious.
14, no big deal. The honors of Scotland, which are the oldest crown jewels in Britain, are on display in the crown room here. Okay. There's also a stone of destiny on display that was used to inaugurate kings and queens for literal centuries.
Wow.
I need to see this.
I know. I want to see all of this.
Imagine seeing that in person and just being like, the people this has inaugurated.
Right?
Like, that's wild.
Oh, I would want to like touch it.
I know.
And I'm sure you can't.
I'm sure you
would
cannot,
like disintegrate.
but I want to look at it. In the 1650s, it became a military base mostly.
Of course.
Between 1757 onward, it was a place to house prisoners in the vaults. Like, it was a really secure place.
Is that where all the hauntings come from?
Yeah, that's a lot of where the hauntings come from. It was very secure. It had like a reputation for being like inescapable for a while because, again, it had those craggy rocks all around it. It's very high up. It's hard to get out of there.
Yeah.
Even if you get out of the castle, where the fuck are you going? Down into the rocks.
Yeah. Nowhere good.
But in 1811, the Great Escape happened. And
When?
it kind of shot that whole reputation into I know. I thought of that too. Gwen is part of the history.
Is that you, Miss Stefani?
Gwen Stefani is not part of this history. But it was in 1811, 49 French prisoners who were being housed here, they systematically chopped out a hole that is still there in the castle wall. You can still see the original hole they chopped out. It's in a place referred to as the Devil's Elbow Rampart.
Ooh.
And they escaped by going into this hole, 49 of them, and they lowered down onto the rocks. They had tied their washing lines together to make a long rope. It's pretty ingenious.
Okay.
One of them actually died, though, during this by falling onto the sharp rocks. Oh. The rest of them, they got away, but they were all recaptured later.
No, they went through all that for nothing.
I know. And apparently you can still see that escape hole in the rock. Like, they have kept it where it is, which really I think would be so cool to see in person. There's also a pet cemetery there in the castle walls, and it's like a dog cemetery, essentially. It's precious. Usually pet dogs are buried there that were from like soldiers of high regard and regimental mascots. And in fact, one ghost that is often seen at the castle is that of a black dog. And it's thought to be some soldier's companion. That's so like cool. Stayed around. I know. Now, some other ghosts that are seen at this castle. One of them is the Grey Lady.
Always. There's always a gray lady or a white lady.
Exactly. You have to have a gray lady. You have to. This, they believe, it looks like a 16th century woman who appears to be of a noble background. That's what everybody says. She walks around the castle. She's either just wandering around sadly, it looks like, or she's crying, like weeping. Who could she be?
I don't know.
So I went to this website called Mercat Tours. I'll link it in the show notes because it was very interesting. They were the only ones that at least the first ones I saw to give this idea of who this person could be. A lot of people think it's the second one that I'm going to talk about, and I kind of believe that a little bit too. But this one's a really good theory for who it could be, and it was just very interesting. So they think it could be Marie de Guise, or like Marie de Guise. I can't say it. I'm not French.
Marie de Guise.
Marie de Guise of France. She had quite the life. She was the mother of Mary, Queen of Scots.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that one. So
I feel like I've never even heard her name before.
Whoa. Well, and she was regent for a long time because Mary became Queen of Scots when she was an infant. So she ruled for her daughter until she became of age. She had been married 2 times before she married James V. She was married once when she was 19 to Louis of Orleans, Duke of Longueville, but he died shortly after, and then like political moves had to be made as soon as that happened. So James V's wife had just died, and immediately he was on the lookout for a new lady because he needed a partner to rule Scotland with.
Yeah.
So he asked Marie's father, Francis I, for her hand in marriage. This would be good because it would further tie up that alliance between Scotland and France.
For a little bit.
I'm sure Marie was like, cool, glad I can be of help, everybody.
Well, I couldn't, you know what's confusing is like, why wasn't she queen? Like, why did her baby become queen before her?
Yeah, well, that's because technically she came over from France, and she, like, I think because James V ends up dying. So instead of her becoming queen, it would be his, like, heir.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, in a way, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, and I'm sorry, but like, she had the rightful claim to it.
Okay.
So meanwhile, as this is going on, so he asked for her hand, but meanwhile, Henry VIII, that fucker,
that was stanky,
like,
man.
He was like, oh shit, that alliance would not be a great thing for England, so I better throw my nasty ass hat in this ring. And he asked for her hand as well.
Oh shit.
But Francis I, her father, was like, I'm gonna go with James's offer for marriage and get that France-Scotland thing rolling. Like, let's sew that up.
He also probably liked his daughter's skull attached
he was
to her
probably like,
body.
I like her head there.
Yeah.
So he accepted that one on Marie's behalf, which I'm also like, this is great, guys.
So gross.
So fun. I saw on a website called Undiscovered Scotland that they were speculating what would have changed historically if Marie had instead married Henry VIII. And I thought it was interesting.
A lot, because Mary, Queen of Scots went wild.
Well, that's the thing. There would be no Mary, Queen of Scots.
Right.
And maybe she would have even, like they were saying, maybe what if she had a son with Henry VIII?
Right.
Like an heir. Like what it's just strange to think about, like, something that's that one moment of him making that decision over a man making that decision for a woman, like what history would have been like. It's just very strange to think about.
It's fascinating too.
And it was in a website called Undiscovered Scotland. It was like very interesting to go through. So either way, James and Marie got married. They had a baby, Mary. And James ended up dying in 1542, which left Mary as the queen, but Marie to be regent while Queen Mary was, learning not to shit her pants kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because she was a literal infant. She was apparently a good ruler for the most part during her time as regent, but she was Catholic, and during the Reformation going on, she was not in a great position there. A lot of people were pissed, especially in Scotland. So she fought back against Protestant rule. This made her very unpopular with the Protestant population around her, obviously. She died in 1560 while in the process of fortifying Edinburgh Castle against English forces. She died of dropsy, which now we would call edema.
Oh.
Her limbs and stomach would swell up, and she began having like neurological issues because of it. She wouldn't be able to speak or really do much at times. Like, it really like ravaged her.
What causes that?
I don't know exactly, to be honest. It's like an inflammation of it's like a collection of fluid that happens. Yeah.
Should have given her some foxglove.
I know, I'm saying. There you go. We always bring it back. But yeah, she was only 44 years old when she died of it.
But that was like elderly.
I know, at that point, it's like, wow, what a life. The gross part is, though, that she was kept in the castle for literally 9 months after she died.
9 months?
They put her body in a lead casket, wrapped her to try to keep the smell out, but that shit stunk.
Dude, no wonder Mary had issues.
And this was because she was going to be buried in France, which was her original home, but the Reformation and fighting was not allowing her Catholic body to safely be transported out of the fortified Edinburgh Castle and off to be buried.
What a wild fucking time.
Yeah. So she might be haunting the place as the Grey Lady. I'm like, that's a very good theory.
Yeah, well, and if she's wandering the halls crying, she's probably crying about the fact that her body wasn't buried for 9 months and everything that happened with her daughter.
Well, yeah, and at this time, her daughter was already shipped off to be married. I mean, she was shipped off pretty early on to be married off somewhere. So, she wasn't around for that, but still.
But I'm saying, maybe she knows, a mother knows.
Of course. But people also think this Grey Lady is Janet Douglas.
Who's she?
Which sounds like someone, weirdly, Janet Douglas to me sounds like somebody who, writes, bad Yelp reviews. Yes. Online, doesn't it?
100%.
I feel like I have heard a Janet Douglas tell me I swear too much.
Yeah, Janet Douglas sounds like she's your bitchy neighbor who comes over to talk to you, but you hate her.
But this Janet Douglas was nothing like that.
Oh,
she was Lady Glamis, and she got a raw deal.
Oh no.
Yeah, she got a real raw deal. She was done very dirty. So a year before James V married Marie in 1538, so this was in 1537, he was busy burning Janet Douglas, Lady Glamis, who was a mother of 4, at the stake for witchcraft.
Oh shit.
Yep. Between 1479 and 1722, over 2,000 supposed witches were burned at the stake over there. Janet Douglas had been accused of witchcraft by a man named William Lyon, who was a jealous fuck.
Always.
He was just someone who really liked Janet Douglas, but she rejected him.
It's like when Daphne rejects that ugly ass guy in Bridgerton who's disgusting. And then he gets all jealous and gets a marriage license. Fuck that guy.
There you go. So he literally accused her of witchcraft, knowing she would burn alive for it because he was jealous.
Wow, what an asshole.
Talk about tiny man syndrome
For
right there.
Real.
She was at the time she was highly regarded as one of the great beauties of her time. Aww. She was beyond. And the charge that she was given was that she was planning to poison King James V, and he was a paranoid fuck at the time, and everyone knew it. So this was totally intentional. They knew that by claiming and accusing that she was going to poison King James, that he was going to go nuts.
Of course.
Like, holy shit, like we have to burn them all.
Right.
And they were saying like she was going to do it with like some witchcraft potion thing.
So stupid.
So William Lyons was related to her first husband, John Lyons, and he was bros with the king. Like, so he was really close with the king.
And knew how paranoid he was.
He could get in his ear too. So it also didn't help that King James had beef with the Douglas clan as a whole.
Oh, man.
He always hated them, and this was just something else to add to it. So William even confessed on his own deathbed that it had all was because of jealousy. He confessed the whole, like, I only did it out of spite.
Dude,
Yeah.
somebody got burned at the stake because you were jealous?
And even worse, when the accusations rolled in about her, her family, friends, and staff were all tortured for confessions and like information and evidence about her. So after some intense prodding, a lot of them made shit up and threw her under the bus just to stop whatever pain was being inflicted on them.
Yeah, to save their own lives.
So she was tortured as well, and it was written about her that, quote, in the prime of her years, of a singular beauty and suffering through all, though a woman with a man-like courage.
Hell yeah.
So apparently she, which I'm like a man-like courage.
Yeah, that's annoying.
But also I'm like, I get what you were trying to say back then. Like,
Right.
that was apparently a compliment back then. She was burned at the stake outside of Edinburgh Castle on July 17th, 1537, in front of her 16-year-old son, who was literally forced by King James V to watch the entire thing. He had to watch his mother be burned at the stake.
Things were beyond back then. Like, beyond.
Yeah. And after this, her husband, who was like, I think is like Archibald, I think his name was.
Archie.
He tried to escape from Edinburgh Castle because he was a prisoner there by using bed sheets to climb from the window, but he fell to his death onto the rocks below. Ugh. Her daughters were sent to a nunnery, and her son was sentenced to be quartered and beheaded.
Why?
Because they were like, we don't want the Douglas clan to continue.
They just didn't want them to like seek vengeance on their mother's death.
Yeah, they didn't want any of that like revenge shit happening. They didn't want any of it to continue. They were like, let's get rid of them all.
Let's just wipe out an entire family.
So maybe the Grey Lady could be her as well.
I think both sound like great candidates to me.
They really do, because people also, there's like legend that says like that Janet Douglas rose from the gray ashes around her to become what she is now, that Grey Lady. And that's why she's the Grey Lady.
Well, if she was one of the great beauties of her time, and then, was it Martha? Margaret?
I was like, who are you talking about?
The Mary's mom?
Marie.
Okay, cool. M names.
You were there.
But she must have been recognizable because she was regent for a little while.
Yeah.
And then Janet was a great beauty. So I'm like, okay, like let's somebody do a sketch of this woman,
let's see
of
who
this
this
ghost.
lady is. Let's see. Well, and people also said that the day she was burned at the stake, Scotland had a very heavy gray mist that fell over it.
Oh, it's Janet. Don't
So
even
I feel
sketch.
like it's Janet.
Put your pencil down. It's Janet.
No, the Grey Lady can be seen sitting, like walking around, like I said, very sad, very like solemn. Mm-hmm. She's also can be seen sitting in the castle chapel and praying. Mm-hmm. And people believe that she's praying for those who have wronged her.
Oh, what a big person!
Like, what a big person. So. People also hear hammering when she is around randomly, and it's thought that this was the just like some kind of like I don't know what the word is, like something that is just like still there. Some like, what is the fucking word? Residual.
Thank you.
That was going to bother me.
I don't know what it is today. This has happened to me a couple of times today where I can't think of a word.
Yeah.
But the letter will just repeat in my head, and I was going R.
Me too. I was
R.
like, it begins with R. What am I thinking of? Some residual like sounds and haunting of workmen putting together this like the scaffolding where she was burned alive.
Oh, or you said that Marie was overseeing like the
fortifying of the castle.
So that could also be that.
Exactly. It works for both. Now, some other ghosts that are part of Edinburgh Castle. There's a ghost of a man who tries to push visitors off the tops of the castle.
That's rude.
Where the battlements are. So apparently one of the prisoners tried, like, because again, there were so many prisoners of war in here. They wwere tortured horrifically, like, shit goes down. One of these prisoners, he tried to escape from torture, and he was like, I'm not going to try to jump out the window because I feel like I'm just going to land on the rocks and die.
Yeah, you will.
So he was like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hide in a dung-filled wheelbarrow.
Oh, poor guy.
Now, this was dung from everything.
Including humans.
Everything.
Human dung.
All the things.
All the dung.
But he wanted to get out. And he was like, no one's going to look for me in there. And he was thinking, so he was in the prisoner latrines. That's where he was able to climb into the dung part. He was thinking, cool. They will bring me somewhere. They'll tip me out. Wherever they tip out the dung barrels, they'll tip me out. I'll fall onto more poop and I'll be on my way.
Oh, no.
Sounds like a legit.
I know what's going to happen.
What he didn't know was that the wheelbarrow was not going to they're not just going to like dump you into the woods or in a garden or something like that. Instead, they just tipped it over the parapets that are on the top of the castle. Oh. He went falling into the rocks, dying a pretty gruesome death.
So, like, that's horrible. But it was probably like a quick end to a ton of other horrible things that he had already gone through.
You would hope so. Now, apparently visitors will smell dung when he's around and will feel like they're being pushed when they're
man.
like, yeah. Which I'm like, dude, like, don't push people.
Maybe that's residual.
It might be. Just
it's not him.
Over and over. So Edinburgh Castle is very big.
Yeah,
as you can see when you look at it. Now, there's like tons of tunnels underneath it. And apparently there were times when like new people would come in different centuries. And this was a long time ago. And they would take it over and they wouldn't even know the various like passages around it. At one time, these people, like a whole group that was in there, found a hidden passageway beneath the dungeons. And they wanted to map it out. Mm-hmm. So they got a young boy to go down there alone.
No.
And play his bagpipes as he walked so that they could walk above him on the streets and map it out from the sounds.
Okay. Was there no adult that could have done so?
Well, that's the thing. He was small and the tunnel was pretty small.
Oh, okay.
So he was chosen that way. And he was like, yeah, I'll go down there and play the bagpipes. Why not? So they told him, play as loud as possible so we can hear you. We'll follow you. And then, we'll lead you back out. Well, apparently halfway down the Royal Mile, which is what leads up to Edinburgh Castle.
I love it.
In front of the Tron Kirk, which is a beautiful historical building with a gorgeous spire on top. Mm-hmm. The sound stopped out of nowhere. So they went down there and they're like, what the fuck happened? They went down there. They couldn't find him anywhere.
What?
Couldn't find him. He just disappeared.
No, he didn't.
Apparently a massive search was launched. They found nothing. No bagpipes, no kid. They freaked the fuck out. So the city council ordered that they seal the tunnel off with bricks. Because they were like, we don't know what the fuck is in there. So let's forget about it.
I also love that they were like, here's the solution. Lock him in there forever.
Yeah.
We don't know where he is, but like, just
can't
block
find
the whole
him.
place off.
And they did. They sealed it off. That shit is sealed off. And people now say that even now, they will hear like faint bagpipes beneath them while walking on that Royal Mile Road.
Spooky.
How spooky is that?
Oh, that would make me so sad.
I know.
Knowing that was a little baby.
Well, and there's also a headless drummer boy that people have seen.
Why is he headless?
Well, don't worry, because the last time he was like officially seen was in 1650 by servants at the castle. They saw him drumming without a noggin in the courtyard of the castle. And then soon after after they saw this, the castle was under attack by Oliver Cromwell right after this. Mm-hmm. So no one knows who he is or where exactly he came from. But obviously he was like a military drummer boy. And he was beheaded, as it appears. So now it's seen as a bad omen. Ooh. And they say if he shows up again, some shit is about to go down at the castle.
Oh, that's scary.
He hasn't been seen again that we know of. But like basically anybody that would have seen him the last time the castle was besieged, which was in like the 1700s, I believe, everyone's dead now from that. So even if people saw him before that, we don't know.
Right.
So nobody's seen him since then because it hasn't been besieged since then. But hopefully it will not again.
I know.
But still, that's really scary. And people still hear drumming sounds at night sometimes.
Oh, that creeps me out.
Just like coming from the courtyard, almost like military drumming. But you don't want to see this headless kid drumming for, I feel like, a myriad of reasons. I don't want to see it at all.
That was really weird because I just took a breath to say, for a myriad of reasons.
There's so many reasons not to see this kid. One, you don't want to see a headless kid drumming. And Ash is blowing up right now.
Sorry.
But one, you don't want to see a headless kid drumming. And two, it's a bad fucking omen.
Yeah, of course it is.
We don't want it.
Scary.
So that's just like the tip of the iceberg of Edinburgh Castle, I feel like. Wow. I feel like I could probably go back into it. Maybe I will at some point. Because Edinburgh's like full of shit.
Gave me like Mary King's Close vibes.
That was one of my favorite things to research.
That was one of my favorite things to listen to after you researched it.
That one blew my brain apart. I loved that one.
That place is wild.
Wild.
Actually, somebody sent us something from there recently.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God. The way that it was literally in front of me. It was
right
table.
in front of us.
We had like a stack of mail from the P.O. box, and this came with it. It's this really cool, like wood.
I know.
Like postcard. Diesel. And it has a plague doctor on the front. It says Mary King's Close. And it's like a little postcard that got sent to us from Lindsay and Michaela after a week in Edinburgh, Scotland.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Oh my gosh. Oh, they have pictures. I'm going to go look at them after. That's awesome.
But thank you for sending that because we fucking love it.
I know. We're going to hang this up on our wall. We just gotta get a thing to do it.
We really are. So thank you guys.
Cool. Edinburgh. That was really fascinating.
Thank you.
All right. So my next one is, was it Houska? No, it was Houska.
It was Houska.
I'm not going to tell you how I remembered that.
Yeah,
but it was Houska. And it is in the Czech Republic.
Hell yeah.
So we're going over there.
We're going over.
I'm asking you to please bring your sage.
I've got it. We've got a candle, sacred sage candle right there.
You, right?
Me.
Like Alaina.
Me.
Like I'm pointing at her.
Hi.
You are going to be obsessed. You're going to want to go here.
Let's go.
Okay. So Houska Castle. No, damn it.
Houska.
So the thing is, and I'm going to just
exactly.
be upfront and honest with everybody, I'm a big fan of the Teen Mom franchise on television, and I love Chelsea Houska. Maybe that's not even how you say her last name.
Maybe.
I thought it was. But anyways, this
Maybe
is
it's
Houska.
Houska.
So that's why I was saying Houska. But Houska Castle was constructed sometime in the 13th century, around 1253, 1278. Nobody's really sure.
Okay.
It's about an hour north of Prague, and it was built on the edge of a limestone cliff.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the area itself, even today, it's a very remote area. There's like swamps and mountains and tons of woods surrounding this place. And back in the 13th century, there really would have been no reason to build a castle in the first place here because it was really so far out of the way of like anything.
Yeah.
There was not even like a water source nearby so that it could have running water. But the king at the time, I believe it's Otakar II of Bohemia.
Oh.
Yeah. He said that he was using the building for administrative work.
I feel like that's not true.
Yeah, I don't think so either. A lot of people have questioned the certitude of that. Instead, they think it has something to do with a giant, potentially bottomless hole that was found in this area. And they think that that hole maybe is a portal to hell.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And I'm also pretty sure that it is indeed.
That you gotta have a portal to hell in these places. Yeah. I was waiting for a portal to hell.
Oh, get ready.
Hellmouth.
So, yes. Fuck yes.
Where are my Buffy heads at?
Right here.
Right here.
I'm a new Buffy head.
Hell yeah, you are.
So, I know, I've only watched like the first episode.
Yeah.
So there's a few oddities when it comes to the castle itself. For one thing, the way that it was built, it makes it seem like the intent was to keep something inside. Ooh. Versus being built as like usually castles are built for protection.
Yeah.
This one seemed like the protection aspects were inside.
Ooh, okay.
Which it was like, what?
I love that.
When it was first built, there were no stairs going from the courtyard to any higher level floor. Huh. And looking from the outside, it turns out that some of the windows are fake. Like you'll see window panes, but then you look closer and you realize that there's just a wall behind there.
Whoa.
Yeah. There's also, like I said, no running water, no water source at all, and there was no kitchen. So if the king claimed that he was using this place for administrative purposes, that was pretty weird because nobody ever saw him there.
Huh.
Now, when he decided,
pictures of it now.
It's like a really creepy place.
Ooh, it is.
Like it looks creepy. So when he decided to construct a chapel right over that giant hole in the floor after completely sealing up said hole, that only raised eyebrows more. So, and then the chapel was dedicated to the Archangel Michael, and that only added fuel to the fire because Archangel Michael is known as the angel who led God's armies against Satan and the fallen angels.
Obviously.
So people were like, you're covering up this hole that we all think is a portal to hell. You're putting a chapel over it, and then you're dedicating it to the guy who like won the battle against Satan.
seems to all add up.
I feel like you're telling us everything we need to know.
Yeah, I feel like you're not burying the lead at all.
No. Now, even dating back to the 6th century, people have been talking about this place, this bottomless hole, and what possibly lurks beneath it. Now, back then, obviously before the castle was built, there was just this small structure built over the hole. And the people who knew of it that lived in that town, they would literally take like different longer routes to wherever they were going so that they didn't have to be anywhere near this area.
Whoa.
They were especially cautious, obviously, about being in the area at night because they thought that whatever was lurking in that hole would come out at night and cause mischief or like death.
You know.
Yeah.
I like mischief or death. You know, like nothing in between.
It's gonna just toilet paper some trees or slit your throat.
I was just gonna say that. It's gonna paper towel your fucking trees, or it's gonna absolutely shred you to pieces.
Correct.
Nothing in between.
No. What is in between those two things? I don't know. Ding dong ditch, maybe.
I said paper towel too. Did you like that?
You did. Yeah. I let it go.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You let it go. You know what? My brain's a little foggy right now because
you saved a child's life. Now, there were all kinds of thoughts about what lived inside. Some people thought that there were like flying demons with these huge black wings, like Alaina's friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And others thought that there were creatures down there that were half human and half animal.
Ooh.
Yes. Now, either way, one thing was for sure. These creatures were associated with the devil and were 100% some kind of demon that nobody wanted to run into in the daylight, never mind in the pitch black night.
And they just played metal music.
Yeah, they were like... I was like, I don't really have a reference.
I think it's like Henry on last podcast on the left that like anytime they talk about an axe, he always just like that.
It's hilarious.
It's amazing.
So everybody also was very worried that if they did meet one of these crazy creatures, somehow they would end up inside this mysterious dark hole.
Yeah, I understand that.
Now, before the king had the hole sealed up, he really wanted to know what was inside. And he decided that the best way of doing so would be using the prisoners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are they doing, you know?
They're being tortured.
Yeah.
So let's just torture them in a different way.
Throw them down a bottomless pit to hell.
Yeah. He said if they were willing to be lowered into this hole, take a look around and maybe report back about their findings. Well, like, definitely report back. Then they would be given a full pardon no matter what crime they committed.
Okay.
Murder someone? It's fine. You just gotta go in this hole and tell me what you see.
Just go in the hell hole.
I'm also it's like a pitch black hole. Like, how'd they see anything? They bring a candle down there?
Maybe.
Wouldn't it go
in a lantern of some sort?
Oh, a lantern. Boom.
Yeah.
All right.
You know?
It could have been really dangerous.
It's extraordinarily dangerous, and nothing about this is safe at all. Because also, how are they lowering them down? I don't think they had like sophisticated mountain climbing equipment here.
They didn't.
It was just like a rope.
It was
probably.
It was. That's exactly what
just
it was.
Just like a gnarly, shredded old rope.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like some hopefully strong dudes.
And some hope.
And some hope.
Yeah, just some hope.
And a prayer.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, definitely a prayer.
I'm sure a prayer
of course.
was involved.
So legend has it that the only man who was brave enough to be lowered down into this fucking Devil's Demon Den. I love an alliteration.
Yeah, that's a great band name.
Devil's Demon Den?
Great band name, I call it.
I don't know why I knocked on wood.
You know what?
It felt right. So they're lowering him down, and he starts screaming bloody murder as soon as he gets like even a little bit inside.
It's scary.
And as he got lower and lower, the screams muffled, but they were still there. And the other thing that seemed to be there was no end. Like, they just kept lowering him and lowering him and lowering him. And eventually the rope that he was being lowered with just ran out of any more line. And he had to be brought back up. Don't worry, he got brought back up.
Oh, he did? All right.
Now, he screamed, as it's like less muffly as he's starting to come back up. It's like,
I'm just picturing them.
It's like that.
But like the entire way.
The whole entire way. Sorry if I hurt your ears. Now, he didn't even stop screaming when he came out of it.
He kept on screaming.
And then the looks on other people's faces around him, maybe they started screaming too. They must have been horrified.
Everyone just started screaming.
Not only because this guy's screaming bloody murder, but because he seems to have aged about 30 years.
Oh.
They pulled him up. When he was back up, they were like, what the fuck? He was a young guy going down. But when he reemerged, all of his hair was white and all of his skin was like entirely wrinkled. Like, he looked like an old man.
What?
Yes.
He Benjamin Buttoned in reverse?
The way that I was just going to say that.
Oh.
So when asked what he saw down there, he paused his screams for a moment, and he said that he saw half men and half human beasts.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
Of course it would.
Okay, thank you. Because I was like, I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I would scream. I'd just be like, whoa.
Whoa.
That's so gnarly.
Well, he screamed a lot. He actually could not stop screaming. He paused for a second to say half man, half human beast, started screaming again.
Kept screaming.
And was quickly admitted into an asylum. And
Yeah,
he
I saw that coming.
died 2 days later of completely unknown causes. Probably because no modern medicine, but, maybe because demons.
Probably because the ancient of it all, but like...
Yeah.
Oh, man, so he got lowered down there? I mean... You get lowered down there, you see some, like, gnarly half-man, half-animal demons, and then you come up and it's, like, gone.
Dead.
You don't even get to tell that tale later?
Then first you have to go to an asylum and then
die
it's
2
like
days
gone.
later?
I know.
Because that's, like, your 2 truths and a lie forever, if you live.
Yeah, why are we referencing 2 truths and a lie so much lately?
But that really is.
But that's, like, yes.
You can be like, one time I got lowered down to a bottomless pit to hell and I saw half man, half animal demons.
I'm going to use that for my next 2 truths and a lie
one of mine.
as the lie, but I'm also going to have to come up with, like, some wild truth.
Yeah.
Which I definitely have because I'm a wild bitch.
Yeah.
But you're a wild bitch, too.
You're a wild bitch.
We're a wild couple of bitches.
That's like, wow.
I know, right?
Wow.
I want to play 2 truths and a lie with somebody that doesn't really know me, so I can say that to
just
them
so I
now.
can say it. I also wish that guy had like an iPhone that he could have snapped a little picky pick down there.
What a wish for the 13th century.
What a wish.
So
Because they
say cheese.
Because the new iPhone takes sick pictures in the dark. So
And
I feel
that's
like
about it.
That would have been great.
The new iPhone sucks other than that.
Yeah, but like when in the dark, we would have gotten pictures that would have been on those billboards in Boston that say like taken with an iPhone, and it would have
with
just
the
been
Pro
like
Max.
half man, half animal demons like
Throwing up a peace sign.
yeah, just like raging down there,
Throwing up rock on
devil
signs.
horns. Like yeah,
I love it.
I would have loved it.
I go rock on signs.
Rock on sign.
As I'm like I'm not doing love, I'm doing like rock on
The
signs.
rock on sign.
Those are devil horns.
Yeah, the devil horns.
That's like really what they are. Never again.
Yeah.
Never again. I wish that was on video. Alaina just put them behind her head and like stuck her tongue out, and it was like really wild.
Horrifying.
Yeah. So for most of the time that Houska Castle has been around, nobody's really lived inside for too long because, devil demon den.
Yeah, like bottomless pit to hell.
Yeah. But back in the 17th century, around 1639, a man named Oronto moved in. I just want to let you know that historians have also disproved this, but I'm still going to tell it to you.
You got a lot of those.
I know. Yeah. They're coming for me.
They are.
So he was apparently from Sweden, but maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
And he was very into potions and elixirs and just all kinds of stuff that would have been considered incredibly dark magic back then.
Same, dude.
Now, when he moved into Houska Castle, it's said that he would spend all night inside experimenting and trying to create some kind of potion to give people eternal life, i.e. tuck everlasting.
Yes.
Now, the villagers in the nearby areas were losing their shit about this guy because they were so struck with fear that all this witchcraft was going down anyways. But the fact that it was going down in Houska Castle only terrified them more.
Of course.
Because they were like, what if something goes wrong and it involves demons, and then they're going to infiltrate our villages, and then the world as we know it is going to be over?
Yeah, I mean, like, when people are fucking around with dark magic around a bottomless hell pit, like, I can understand why people are like, that feels like the wrong environment to do it in.
Yeah.
So, like, things could come out of there, I feel.
Yeah, like, calm down, Oronto. But
find a new place.
Instead of just like chatting with him and, working through that like you would in talk therapy.
Telling him about local office spaces for rent that he could do his dark work in.
Yes, signing him up for Indeed.
Yeah.
I think that's where you find a babysitter.
I think Indeed is where you find a job, actually.
Okay, so he instead of going on there.
There you go.
And chatting with him and maybe asking him to cease that potion mixing. No, they sent 2 hunters out to the castle and had him assassinated, like, boom.
Wow. Like that feels like a very intense reaction.
They were not fucking around.
Yeah.
But
disproportionate response, I feel.
And they really weren't fucking around because historians have said that they weren't fucking around, but
So, like, that didn't happen.
Fun tale.
It is a fun tale.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, the rest of this shit really did happen. So from then on, it seems as if the castle was pretty much abandoned. Nobody wanted anything to do with it until about 1923, when it was restored by a man named, I think it's Josef Simonek.
I like it.
Yeah. His family are actually still the owners as of today, but it's unclear if he ever lived there or if he simply owned the property. Now, weird that World War II is a part of both of my stories, but World War II broke out, and the castle was not inhabited by Joseph, but instead a much darker force. I think it's called Wehrmacht, which is the German military, which was riddled with Nazis during this time.
Riddled.
So it said that the Nazis they like sieged this castle, and it said that they would do all kinds of experiments on people, specifically women, while they were inside the walls of the castle. And rumors have circulated over the years that women who the Nazis considered part of the master race, so like, you know, they were brought to the castle.
That whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely fucking disgusting. They were brought to the castle so that they could aid in the continuation of the master race. So like the Nazi soldiers were impregnating them to have children.
Oh my God.
And like it was happening all the time.
That is so dark.
And this is something that definitely took place at other different SS locations.
Shit.
So it's not unlikely that Houska Castle could have been one of these, and they're referred to as breeding farms.
Oh my God.
So horrific.
Ugh.
But obviously, like, it makes sense. None of it makes sense, but it makes sense that they would want to use a place like that because it's so secluded.
Yeah, nobody wants to go there.
Right.
So nobody's going to be just like knocking on the door randomly.
Exactly. So the Nazis' use of Houska Castle was actually said to be Heinrich Himmler's idea.
Ooh.
Himmler, for those who are not familiar, and like, bless you that you're not familiar with this man. He was Adolf Hitler's right-hand man and also the leader of the SS. Oof. Now, he's been described as an quote-unquote architect of terror by the National World War II Museum, which, by the way, is in New Orleans.
Oh, I actually did not know that.
Neither did I.
Which is like really sad, but
I know we should know that. Absolutely. But
that's very good to know.
I would love to go there.
Yeah.
Now, Himmler, he was very into the occult. So of course he would know about Houska Castle. And he believed that the castle would make the Nazis stronger because it would allow them to quote unquote harness the power of hell. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I can't even.
Which they did. They did.
I was just going to say that's exactly what they did. So,
And he also thought that it would be a good hiding place for his 13,000 manuscript library.
Jesus.
So people who lived nearby when the Nazis had taken over the castle, they reported hearing strange lights and horrifying sounds coming from the area constantly. Now, obviously, with its entire dark history, this place is haunted as fuck, and haunted more like than just the beasts that occupied that hole.
Yeah.
It's haunted by actual beasts that walked the earth, unfortunately.
Yeah. And like the darkest of all dark energy and vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Precisely. So since the castle was first opened to the public in 1999, people have had tons of paranormal sightings. They felt incredibly uneasy during their visit, or they've had experiences after visiting that led them to believe that they were either cursed or that the building gave them some kind of bad luck.
Oh, shit. Those are the things that always scare the shit out of me.
When things can, like, attach themselves.
Attaches, yeah.
So for one thing, to this day, people will still report hearing screaming noises coming from the hole, even though it's been sealed. They will even hear scratching sounds, like on the where it's been sealed off. Like the demons are just trying to escape with their acrylics.
Stop with their acrylics.
You know?
With their acrylics.
With their acrylics, because always, of course, demons have acrylics.
Of course they do.
And the screams are said to echo out into all areas around the castle too. So like anybody who's nearby, they report hearing it's always written down. It's always written down as an orchestra of screams.
I need to hear the orchestra of demon screams.
I knew that you were going to want to go here.
Oh my God.
Now, the artwork inside the castle only freaks people out even more. And most of the paintings are really macabre, but there's one that stands out the most to the visitors and, theme of the day, historians who have studied the castle.
There we go.
Now, the main focus of this particular painting is a woman whose upper half is human, but her lower half is horse, like a centaur.
Oh, okay.
Centaur?
Yeah, right?
Centaur, yeah. Now, we know centaurs from Greek mythology, but at this time, the painting, at the time that the painting was created, it wasn't typical for artists to use mythology as inspiration. Like, it would have been taboo back then.
Oh, okay.
Now, another detail that leaves people like really confused and uneasy about the painting is that the centaur is shooting an arrow, but using its left hand to do so. And back then, as I'm sure a lot of you know, being left-handed was the mark of the beast, like one of the marks, and probably meant that you were working with the dude.
Still means that.
Of course it does. If you're left-handed, you're working with the devil.
Sorry to tell you.
Sorry. Do you know any left-handed people?
I do. Oh. I know left-handed people.
Cool. I don't think I know.
I can't name one right now,
left-handed person.
I definitely know some.
Watch, I probably have a left-handed friend and they're going to text me like, cool, asshole.
You're real nice. I'm sorry that the world isn't made for you left-handers. Like, that must suck.
I know you're, yeah. You're always like smearing your paper and like all that stuff.
Like desks are made, like, I feel like it's just, it must be annoying.
Yeah, it is. Oh, scissors too.
Sorry, like I didn't do it, but like I feel bad.
Sorry that Satan fucked you over.
Yeah, it's really bullshit.
But historians believe that the painting is almost like a warning or a not so subtle hint about what lurks beneath the castle. Makes sense.
There you go.
You know, they're like, ooh, look at this painting.
Look at this painting.
Figure it out.
I feel it.
People have also seen a headless ghost who is said to really enjoy promenading around the courtyard.
Oh, love that.
Which would be like alarming but also cute.
Yeah.
If it weren't for the blood that constantly gushes out of his neck wound.
Oh, I have a bloody ghost in my next one too.
Oh, you do? I love it. So also kind of weird that he enjoys a courtyard stroll because the courtyard is said to be constantly full of dead birds to this day.
Okay.
To this day.
Okay.
And then I also read about a woman and her partner who own a ghost touring business called Mikie's Ghost Tours.
Hell yeah.
It's in Prague if we have any Prague listeners that want to go.
I want to go to Prague.
Now they decided to go out and take a peek about the castle to see what all these rumblings were about.
Hell yeah.
And I feel like they probably regretted that decision afterwards and during. So the two owners, Hannah and Tyler, they brought their dogs along for their tour. And immediately when they got to the courtyard, like a lot of hauntings are associated with the courtyard, their dogs started losing their shit.
Oh no.
They were barking, they were whining, but to the human eye, there was really nothing that should have provoked such a big reaction.
Yeah.
And as soon as Hannah got to the courtyard, even before the dogs started barking, she said she felt a feeling of unease. Now, for Tyler, it wasn't just the courtyard that made him uncomfortable. He said that he felt like they had been being watched throughout the entire tour. He described it as being watched by a predatory being.
Ugh.
Isn't that so fucking creepy?
Ooh, I don't like that at all.
I don't either. And unfortunately, the shitty feelings did not end when the tour did. So later that night, Hannah and Tyler had a ghost tour that they were doing back in Prague. And they parked their car that night and then, made their way to the ghost tour location. But when they came back, their car was gone. And the police were luckily able to track it down a few hours later. But when they did, everything of value in their car had been stolen. And whoever had stolen everything left it like trashed.
Oh.
Which could be a weird coincidence, but
like bad vibes all around.
Bad vibes.
Just bad vibes.
And other people who have gone to visit the castle have car troubles when they're trying to leave. Their cars simply will not start in the general vicinity of this building. And some people claim to have seen some kind of animal lurking in the woods nearby. And I'm going to leave you on this. It's a frog, human, and a dog.
Frog, human, dog.
It's a cross between a frog, a human, and a dog, and I need somebody to also draw that.
Like, and they don't tell you, like, what pieces of which?
No.
No?
Nobody knows what it looks like.
I gotta know which pieces of which, because I'm picturing, like, a frog head.
No. People are saying just a cross between a human, a giant frog, and a dog. And I think specifically a bulldog.
Oh. Okay, so maybe a dog face.
Yeah, because that's how you would...
and a human torso with frog legs.
But it says giant frog.
So I would think like giant frog legs.
Oh!
Yeah, right? That's like fucked.
That's nasty.
Or maybe even just like a frog body with like human arms or something.
Frog body, human legs, dog head.
Ugh.
Just somebody draw a few variations.
Yeah, give me it.
I need an artist rendering.
That is horrifying.
Yeah, I want to go to Houska Castle.
I really want to go to Houska Castle.
Houska Castle. It's not Chelsea Houska's castle.
No, it is not. I want to go there. The vibes seem very scary, but I need to see that sealed up pit to hell.
The vibes seem both scary and immaculate.
Yeah,
for
like
people
in different ways.
People like you.
Yeah. Like, it's the Nazi stuff that really, like...
Yeah, that's
the stuff that, like, throws those vibes away into,
very
like,
much so.
the real bullshit realm, like,
Very
that I
much
don't want to
so.
be a part of. But, like, I just want to see that pit to hell.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to see that.
That's why I would go there.
Exactly. It's the Nazi stuff that
But then I'm like,
"Ooh."
I don't, honestly, I don't know if I would be able to go there.
That's the thing. I feel like it would be so fucking heavy just because of that Nazi shit.
Yes.
Like, I feel like that kind of energy is like, oof.
And like Heinrich, not like just Nazis, because that's disgusting and horrifying
But, like,
in its own, but like the leader of the Nazis' right
It's like,
hand
that's
man.
real rough.
A lot.
So if you've ever been there, let us know.
Seriously.
I would love to know.
Give us some listener tales. And then the next time we do
Yeah.
one of these, we can start off with some listener tales about the last one.
Exactly, because that's been kind of fun to do with the lighthouses. So, wow. Thank you for Houska Castle.
Absolutely.
Well, my final one, and what we'll end this on, is going to be Glamis Castle.
Ooh.
Or Glamis Castle.
I was going to say, is it
Excuse me,
Glamis?
It's spelled Glamis. Now, you might remember this, like, wait a second, you said Glamis in the last one.
I remember.
Well, we were talking about Janet Douglas, Lady Glamis. This is actually her castle. She moonlights in both of these castles as a great lady.
What?
Yeah, you know, like she's a hustler. Like, she doesn't just do one job, she does two. She's a hustler baby. And that's me. So
You're a hustler, baby?
no, like, that's me, how I say, like I can't say it in a cool way is what I meant.
Okay. I thought you said
Like, you say it in a cool way, I cannot.
Oh, I feel like we're saying it the same.
I love that.
I think you're so cool.
I think you're so cool.
Rock on.
So we're going to move to, this is another Scottish castle, Lady Glamis. It's her castle.
I can't believe she had a whole ass castle and that's what they did to her.
I'm saying. Now, Glamis is located in Angus, Scotland, from what I could see, and it was home to the Lyons family since the 14th century. It's seen some shit.
I bet.
In fact, the 13th Earl of Strathmore died in 1904, and he is said to have told a friend that the true secret of Glamis Castle was so horrifying that if he shared it with him, it would take him down to his knees, thanking everything that it wasn't his secret.
What?
But he never said what the secret was.
Imagine if it was that Janet was a witch.
It's just that Janet is a fucking witch.
No, I don't think that would take you to your knees.
No way. It's something like way more horrifying.
I need to know.
Now, like I said, this was Janet Douglas's home when she was burned at the stake in front of Edinburgh Castle.
Right.
This castle was also the childhood home to Queen Elizabeth, and it always had an Earl of Strathmore all up in it.
All up
in it. A bunch of Earls of Strathmore.
Earl is such a funny name, but it makes me think of the chicks.
I know, right? Apparently, the castle was supposed to be built originally on some hill nearby, where it actually stands. And when the people constructing it arrived to build, their supplies every morning would be broken and scattered everywhere.
Ooh.
And legend says one of them heard a booming voice that said, "Build not on this enchanted spot, where man hath neither part nor lot, but build down in yonder bog, where it will neither shake nor shog."
I love that he said, let me just do some spoken word poetry today.
To get you the fuck off this hill.
I'm so upset with you because you had a beautiful, beautiful opportunity right now to say, to get the hell away.
Oh, yeah, that would have been better.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking.
You weren't in a place of spoken word poetry.
I wasn't in a place of rhyme, but, they moved it. They moved down to yonder bog.
Moral of the story is they moved it.
They moved to yonder bog where it stands today. So people think that that initial ooh, some shit was going down here even before it was built.
Yeah.
So Janet Douglas is obviously said to haunt here. Like I said, she moonlights. If she is the Grey Lady at Edinburgh Castle, which I could definitely see.
Yeah.
At least she's one of the Grey Ladies. Maybe they're both there.
Maybe she's all of the Grey Ladies.
She might be all of them.
There's a lot of them.
There is. Maybe she's every single one. But she also uses the chapel in this castle to pray for those fucks who wronged her as well.
Good.
She also just walks around weeping. It's now customary to knock 3 times before entering to let the Grey Lady know that you have arrived.
Or that you want some pie.
There you go. Now, Alexander Lindsay, which is the 4th Earl of Crawford, a.k.a. Earl Beardy.
Oh.
Don't know where that came from.
Okay. Maybe he had a nice beard.
Maybe. He's said to haunt this place, and he's a real cad, this one. He was apparently, like, kind of a dick, and he was also, like, a nasty gambler in his day. And one night, it is said he refused to stop playing cards, even though it was the gosh darn Sabbath the next morning.
Oh, that's, like, blasphemy.
Yeah, and they were like, you got to stop playing cards. It's the sun is coming up. It's going to be the Sabbath. And he said he was going to keep partying. He was going to keep playing these cards, even, quote, if it was with the devil himself.
I mean, that is pretty badass.
Very metal.
If you ask me.
Well, apparently someone showed up to play, and people believe this was the devil himself in disguise that he played cards with.
The devil said, you should have just called me.
Yeah, he was like, I was ready to play a card game.
Beardy.
Well, he lost his damn soul that night in the shitty card game, so there's that.
He probably gambled it off.
He probably did. People hear him still playing cards. They'll hear the shuffling and dice and hear him causing a ruckus, like swearing and shit in another room.
It.
He's just like he's like a wreck.
All I can think of right now is the song about selling your soul to the devil. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. But people also will see him at night, which is not cool. And like, especially children will wake up if they're staying there, and they'll see his dumb face, and he's wearing like a full suit of armor, and he just leans over them and stares at them while they're in bed.
Do you think he's like checking on them, or do you think
he's like a real cad? He's a cad. Like, he was not a cool guy.
That's gross.
Now this next one is terrifying. Visitors have seen a woman wandering frantically around. Like, she looks like she's in like, holy shit, like what is going on?
She's looking
like
for something.
You remember in the America's Next Top Model episode, I knew you were thinking this.
I was thinking this!
That last runway where they get to be ghost brides, and they're supposed to look like
and Melrose.
Frantic. Yeah. That's what this woman is. Like, she is frantically going around.
And Miss J.
And
Alexander.
Miss J. Exactly. Now, she is always pointing to her face when she comes to you, and when you look at her, there is blood just pouring out of her mouth. And she is crying and screaming.
Oh my God.
Now, this woman is said to be a maid or some kind of staff of the castle who heard something she should not have heard. And the Earl had the guards cut her tongue out so that he would keep his secrets. And so now she's running around.
Is that
tongueless?
Is that the secret?
Maybe that's the secret. She heard the secret and got her tongue cut out.
This is there. And are there any thoughts about what the secret?
There is one thought, and I'll talk about it. Okay. So, actually, famous Scottish novelist Walter Scott actually spent a night in a room in the castle in 1790. He wrote about it, and he said, quote, "I must own, as I heard door after door shut after my conductor had retired, I began to consider myself as too far from the living and somewhat too near to the dead." Ooh. He actually wrote that there was a secret and completely sealed off room in the castle that no one knew about. He said, quote, "The castle has a secret chamber, the entrance to which, by law or custom of the family, must be known only to 3 persons, the Earl of Strathmore, his heir apparent, and any third person they may take into their confidence."
What?
Now, this is what they think might be the secret.
Tell me.
And it involves that room that nobody knows about.
Tell me everything.
This is the monster of Glamis. Now, October 21st, 1821, the 11th Earl of Strathmore had a son named Thomas Bowes Lyon. He was born very deformed, apparently.
Oh.
And although they claimed he died that same night he was born, people believe he did not die. And he lived and was hidden away from the public because of his deformities.
That's so sad.
Legend says he was only allowed to come out outside the castle walls at night. And because of this, he would just wander around the castle in the dark. And this place where he does his nightly walk, even today, now like they see like this monstrous thing walking in the dark. They say that it's called the Mad Earl's Walk.
Oh.
And he likely died in the 1920s.
Oh, shit.
They think, which is like really wild, because it would make him like very old, but whatever. And when he did, all of these rooms that he existed in and was like left to like be hidden away in, they were all sealed off forever.
Ooh.
And apparently this can be backed up because if you count the windows from the outside, you will always count 2 more than when you can access on the inside. Like rooms that you can access, but no one can find them.
Find where the windows belong?
Like where those windows are, because something's sealed off somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And you can't see them. So people think that might be the horrible secret, is that they hid away this child who would have been the heir.
That's horrible. But do you think it would bring you to your knees?
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty horrible.
Yeah, it's definitely horrible.
I don't know.
They let him go out at night, though. Like,
but then I wonder if there's, like, more to that.
I think there's a lot more to that.
Like, if they, like, did something terrible, you know, even more terrible.
Didn't.
Now, speaking of windows, people will see horrifying faces just staring back at them from inside the windows.
Spooky.
People also hear screaming and wailing sometimes at night from empty rooms.
Ooh.
Apparently, you will also likely hear hammering noises from the rooms at night.
You love a good hammer.
I know. And if you mention it to anyone who works there now, they'll ask you to stop talking about it. Like, they don't want to talk about it.
You think they were just, like, hired to say that? Like, they're like, well, if anybody asks, just tell them, don't
well,
talk
and then
about
I was
it.
like, are they just embarrassed that they're maybe, like, doing work to the castle at night and, like, waking people up? And they're like, well, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, don't bring it up on Yelp.
Yeah, we don't talk
like,
about
we don't want to
hammers no
talk
more.
about that. But who knows? Now, a woman ghost can also be seen doing chores and carrying things around the courtyard, but she always makes it to the middle of the courtyard and then just vanishes.
Yeah. I hate that she still has to do chores in the afterlife. That sucks.
Now, there's also another crazy thing that happened here that definitely brought some ghosts. And this is the last thing about this. In 1486, the Ogilvy clan came running to the Castle Glamis. They were running from the Lindsay clan, with which they had a blood feud with.
I love that it's the Lindsay clan.
The Lindsay clan. They wanted to, like, take some shelter at Glamis and hide out for a bit. So the Earl was like, absolutely, you can stay here, my friends.
Oh,
like, I will take care of you. Come on in. So he brings them into one of the secret hidden rooms in the castle, and he's like, stay here, be safe. So they all go in, he locks the door, and just leaves them sealed in there.
What a jackass.
You
for,
see,
like, what purpose?
He already knew of the blood feud, and in true Ramsay Bolton fashion, has made this deal with the Lindsays to just let their rival clan rot in his castle.
I fucking love
So he made
Ramsay.
a deal before this and was like, yeah, come on in, I'll take you, I'll make sure you're safe. And then he was like, whoop.
That's super fucked up.
So it was weeks after this that someone went down to check and make sure that they had all kicked it at this point. And one member was alive, but barely, and like couldn't even really be called alive. And he had been forced to eat his dead family members just to stay at this barely registering level of alive.
That's horrific.
So they definitely hear screaming and wailing from down there. And they will see somebody like emaciated, like a ghost that looks like very emaciated walking around.
Oh, that must be absolutely horrifically gross and scary to see.
And those are the ghosts of Castle Glamis.
They are.
And it's pretty gnarly.
It was.
So, yeah. Scotland, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, the Czech Republic and Italy. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Europe.
You know, castles. Here
Ghosts.
we are. Ghosts, history, bad shit,
Scary.
spooky.
Sealed off rooms.
Lots of sealed off shit.
I know.
Everywhere. Like tunnels sealed off, rooms sealed off, pits to hell sealed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Historians.
Yeah. Sealed off.
Sealed off.
Sealed off historians.
No, never.
So yeah, that was our first entry into haunted castles officially.
Yeah, and like we said, if you have any listener tales about any of these places, do send them to our girl. What?
Oh no, keep going. Sorry.
No, I'm
sorry.
No, I won't.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just kidding. Send them to our girl Deb at morbidpodcast@gmail.com, and if you could just put spooky castles in the headline.
Yeah, and if you guys have any, I was gonna say, if you have any suggestions for castles you would like to hear about, by all means do the same thing. Send it to our girl Deb at morbidpodcast.com. Spooky castles in the title, and we'll do them.
Yeah, and write her like a nice little note.
Yeah, like hey Deb,
Just say, hey Deb,
what's up?
Okay. All right. Well, that was like so much fun in a really weird, horrific way.
Horrifying and fun.
And we hope that you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep
it
weird. But not to whether you do any of the things that the people did in these castles, because everything that they did in these castles seems to be absolutely horrific, and I don't think you should be carrying out any of the activities that they did there. Bye.
Yeah.
Do you remember in school when your teacher had a favorite of everything? A favorite marker, a favorite element, and yes, even a favorite student? Who wasn't me, so let's move on. I want to talk about their real favorite thing. Kleenex tissues. According to Teacher Lists, Kleenex is the #1 facial tissue trusted by teachers. They're silky soft, help prevent skin irritation. And now, with Kleenex Snap and Go, you can take them anywhere. Stock up on the ultimate classroom favorite. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Shipping, billing, admin, payroll, marketing. You're managing all the things, so why waste time sending important documents the old-fashioned way? Mail and ship when you want, how you want with Stamps.com. Print postage on demand 24/7 and schedule pickups from your office or home. Save up to 90% with automated rate shopping. That's why over 1 million small businesses trust Stamps.com. Go to Stamps.com and use code PODCAST to try Stamps.com risk-free for 60 days.